When he says Nigerians are not prepared to defend their votes, it's a lie from the pit of hell. We've seen Nigerians defend their votes. We've seen Nigerians vote out ruling parties. In 2019, Rotimi Amechi backed the AAC and he tried his best to use federal might to win the election in Rivers State. In Ogubolo local government, soldiers doing the work for AAC tried to invade a collation center and cut away electoral materials. It was women. I'm sure anybody listening to me can Google it, can fact check me. It was women that stopped the soldiers from overrunning that place. Women, oh, not men. Women stood their ground. Soldiers were trying to scale the wall into the premises of the collation center. But women stood their ground and said, no, this is not going to happen. So if women stood their ground and stopped soldiers from storming the collation center to rig for a party that the government of Rotimi Amechi in Rivers State supported, then you cannot say Nigerians do not defend their votes or Nigerians lack the capacity to defend their votes. As far back as 1983, I saw Nigerians defend their votes in Ondo State. And Akinomo Boriowo, whom the ruling party was trying to declare winner of the election by all means, could not become governor at the expense of Baba Jashin, because people defended their votes, people fought, people rioted, lives were lost. I do not understand the feeling that some people have that 2027 election has already been rigged by Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Bola Ahmed Tinubu can be defeated in the 2027 election if the opposition parties come together. It's as simple as that. Field a formidable candidate. Rally around that formidable candidate. I've said it before, that if the PDP had not been broken up, if the PDP had not been broken up ahead of the 2023 election, we saw Peter Obi leaving the party after the party refused to make him the party leader in Anambra State and made someone else the party leader. By tradition, just like it is with the PDP, a former governor where you do not have a sitting governor, the former governor in that state becomes the party leader. PDP contrived to ensure that Peter Obi was not made party leader. Because of that, he left the party for Labour Party. If Peter Obi had remained in the PDP, if Kwankwaso, who also had a quarrel with the leadership of the PDP and went to NMPP, if both men had remained in the PDP, they would have scored cumulatively votes in excess of 14 million. And 14 million would have given them an overwhelming victory over Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Bola Ahmed Tinubu lost in Lagos, a place where he was governor for 8 years, where he had been the unrivaled political leader since the beginning of his second term. So I do not want to believe that you have to get violent before you can win an election.
That's right.
Calling for people to use brute force in 2027 and saying that Tinubu will not give power to them. It is not Tinubu that gives power. The people vote out leaders. If the people make up their minds to reject Tinubu in the 2023 election, there's nothing you can do about it. And we have seen it happen before.
That's right.
He was defeated here in Lagos. He was also defeated in Osun State. So out of the 6 states of the Southwest, Tinubu lost 2. If he couldn't win his Lagos, nobody should tell us that, oh, Tinubu will not give power to you. It is not in Tinubu's hands to give power because he's not God. God gives power, and the people have the power to remove their leaders. That power is in their hands, in their thumbs. You get to vote. Right. So, given the feeling that, it is Tinubu who will determine who will win the presidential election, it's not in his place to determine who will win. It is Nigerians who will decide. And if Nigerians overwhelmingly reject him, I do not see how Tinubu will force him.
Good morning, my people. Welcome to Local Matter. Another breaking news don't deal like this. So the way Nigerians are speaking about 2027 election, I don't think Bola Ahmed Tinubu is going to succeed that election. I don't think Bola Ahmed Tinubu is going to retain power in 2027 election. No matter what manipulation that they are planning to do, I don't think their manipulation is going to work on. Now, waiting at the CB that as the matter long. So even this SDP candidate for 2023 election don't come out, don't they talk say they go do everything to make sure Tinubu will be removed from power in 2027 election. Now, waiting him be talked to be that too. But the only cocoa where they pay me, the only things where they baffles me about this man was also among the party that campaigned for Tinubu in that 2023 election. Now the same man I come and they talk say they go remove Tinubu from power. Make an even talk too much. Now Mona watch this video. Mona hear everything this man they talk about Bola Ahmed Tinubu for inside this video. And if today be the first time where they come across this channel, I beg don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so that whenever we drop another Ogbonga video, and you go be the first person we go see him.
Election. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the morning show. Good to see you again.
Good to see you, Ayos.
Mr. Adebayo, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, it's common knowledge that you welcome everybody to SDP. We are particularly excited by the new additions to your party, Malam Nasir El-Rufai and then Major Mustafa. Now, with regard to Nasir El-Rufai, you said he's an asset to the party, but he has weaknesses. Would you like to elaborate on what you consider these weaknesses of Malam Nasir El-Rufai? We would like to know. We would like to hear from you. It's not enough to just allege that he has weaknesses. What are those specific weaknesses? And then again, this new person is coming to join your party. What kind of compensation are they asking for? By that I mean, you know, what is the grand plan? The speculation there that they want to form a grand coalition to get APC and Tinubu out of power? If you could also shed some light on that.
Thank you, Dr. Abati. But will you permit me, before I go into your question, to address one issue with Ayo here? Because a few days ago, she made an untrue, what I consider defamatory statement about me.
Defamatory. That's a very strong word.
Defamatory. And I was surprised that Rufai was here. Rufai is next to AI.
Yes, I thought
Rufai is Mr. Fact Checker.
Yes,
and I thought she would have
support for the president at some point. Well, you're asking towards the last election that your supporters should vote President.
You are lying.
Okay, please go ahead and debunk
because you are lying. Number one, you are a journalist. Keep your personal opinion to yourself.
No, it wasn't personal opinion. I'll draw it up.
No. A journalist
I cannot give my personal opinion.
No, you do that, but that's your choice. A journalist uses material, either in writing or visual, before you report something. There is no single fact. You know it is true that I ran the election to the end. You know it's true that I never asked anybody to step down for anybody. You deliberately lied. Even I gave you an opportunity to be professional, to say, I got it wrong, I'm sorry. You are not doing that. So after giving you the respect, comparing to your management, coming here to give you an opportunity to be a journalist and not a liar, you are supposed to say, okay, I got it wrong, I apologize, I withdraw it. If you don't do it, the fact that I'm running for president doesn't mean I don't have a personal right. I have a right to sue you, your employers, if you defame me. It doesn't mean that I don't respect the work you are doing here. You have the right to criticize me. You can criticize me. I'm in the public, but don't lie against me. That's a fact.
Okay, what is the right of reply you are exercising? Just state the facts, as you like them presented.
No, the fact is known to everybody, which is that in 2023, I ran for president against Tinubu and several others. The election was concluded. Then my party stood by me. We campaigned to the end. We asked our supporters to vote for us. When they mismanaged the election, I came to this studio here and I told you that they cheated in the election and they mismanaged the election, and I did all of that. You know that to be fact. You have your own candidate. You don't bring their talking point
Mr. Deba,
to the studio.
No, fine.
Okay, Mr.
Fine.
Deba.
Yes,
she also has a right, Dr. Abati, please, with due respect, sir. She also has a right to be able to read out where she got her facts from. Ayo, please go ahead.
So did you at any point drum support for the Tinubu administration? And then when you came here the last time, or post your election, we did quiz you about that because you were very vocal about your Ms. Peter Obi from the Labour Party, and then you talked about the support for him, and we did quiz you on that the last time.
I know where your malice is coming from, you and your Peter Obi. I have no problem with Peter Obi and his fortune or misfortune. Let me explain something to you. You can't bring Peter Obi here. Be a journalist, be professional.
I have no candidate.
In fact, the person who is more disappointed in you is my wife, because she admires you, because she's a professional woman. And what you are doing here is not...
We will not have this program.
No,
because we're deviating from the premise.
Yes, she's a journalist. Let her read the material, where she got her information, or apologize, and we make progress.
You have just a few minutes, too.
It doesn't matter.
At the end of the day.
Let Dr. Abati ask this question.
Okay,
when he comes to me, I'll tell you.
Yeah, and I can come back here if, to deal with that. So,
Anyway,
with respect
one of the occupational hazards that we have in this profession is that everybody is an expert in journalism. We get taught how to do the job every day.
Today is Friday. You don't have to be a journalist to know today is Friday. If somebody is lying, is lying. But let me address the issue of Verify and whatever. I was interviewed by the media when I welcomed Malam Mansur Verify into the SDP. And someone said, why was I praising Verify and all of that? And I said, look, I'm not praising him. I recognize Rufai as someone who's a technocrat and an achiever when you give him a executive job to do. He has his own weaknesses. He was mentioning to me some problems, so people don't like him in some place. I said, everybody has their own weaknesses. He has his own weaknesses, and it's his job to deal with that. It's not my job. I'm not his therapist. I'm not his mentor. But you cannot deny the fact that he was a very effective FCT minister. He developed Kaduna with infrastructure, and he was very good and transparent when he was at the BP.
His weaknesses,
all of that
weaknesses that you talked about.
No, I didn't mention. Let me explain to you. I said to that person, like that El-Rufai, like any other person, has his own weaknesses. And he is the one who will work on those. It's not me. I have my own weaknesses. Maybe you are perfect, but I suspect that you have your own weaknesses too. But it's not for me to be the therapist for every fire on that one. The reason why I welcome to my party is that I see him as a patriotic Nigerian, hardworking, very effective, in an area where we don't have effective people in government. That's all. Other things.
So what's the compensation package? This talk about grand coalition to remove Tinubu from power.
Tinubu is going to be removed from power, that one's sure. And there will be an SDP president. As a coalition and all of that is not inside our party. Maybe people are having discussion outside, and after having their discussion, they feel that they can come to the SDP and try to work within the SDP. But in SDP, we are following our program as before. We knew when all of them were ganging up and going up and down to Chatham House that they would not last. We knew that when they started sharing the spoil of office, they will all scatter. We knew that the programs that all of them had will not work for the people and they will lose popularity. So we started preparing our party. We have no crisis. We started managing our party. When they were offering position, we didn't go and join them. We remain where we are. We keep talking to the people. Many more will join us. As the year goes by, it is like that. If you are consistent and you build your house and you are not diverted, distracted, and you focus on what you are doing, those who say they are experts will come back to you when their own has failed to now come to work with you. And what we are trying to do here is to make sure that whatever is chasing people from wherever they are coming from does not come into our party. Your grievance, your problem, your historical calamitatus that brought you to the party ends at the door when you join SDP. You now follow SDP as an ordinary member, go from your ward. If you have other ambition, other plans, they are welcome. We are free. We are very, very organized party. We have institutions that work. We have learned from the lesson of APC and PDP that if institutions don't work, if you follow personality up and down, quickly, you will fail.
Are you aware that all these persons you are inviting to come and join your party, some of them are so strong on the ground that you will be the first person they will push aside?
Let us see it, because let us understand something. I don't worry about that. Everybody who is coming in knows that I'm going to run in 2027. Even every person in my party knows I'm going to run. If you come
some of these heavyweights coming,
they will push you aside. They are heavyweights to the media. You know, it's the media people who go and serve as their press secretary and all of that. So they're your bosses.
You really have a grouse.
No. Because they are your bosses, so you look up to them. But for us,
who's boss?
Yeah, because
who the hell is that?
No, because they're the ones choosing press conferences. I'm going big men.
With due respect.
No, it's not going big men.
You can't come here and insult.
No, I'm not insulting you.
Who's
Everybody has bosses.
No, we don't have bosses in those politicians.
Politicians have journalists that work for them. But I don't mean specifically you are particular for anybody. But to call anybody big man when he's joining my party, I'm in my party. You come to join me.
You said SDP a personal property.
No, there is what called seniority. Here now, I'm your guest. When you join my party, you are coming to learn from us the SDP way. You may have no politics elsewhere, but you are coming as an ordinary member, and we are open, we are fair. We are not like UPN, where Awolowo will be permanent president candidate, or that cannot join. No, you can join.
Have very limited time.
Yes.
Okay, so one thing I would address what you'd come here to accuse me earlier on, and then my second question, which ties in with where you ended here.
Yes.
So the first thing is that, do you recall that you had a Twitter space with Segalink, Segun Awusonya, when you talked about your people supporting the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, your supporters?
What date?
It was in 2023.
2023, what date? Before the election, after the election, when?
It was in the process of the electioneering. You went on his platform and you asked people to support. Do you remember that you were in a Twitter space with Segun?
I was saying to many people.
Segalink. And you did say on that Twitter space that people should support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Not me. Play the Twitter space, because Twitter doesn't delete.
Right,
so
okay.
Play it. Play. I can come back. Look, This is the job I'm doing now.
Right.
I'm running for president.
Okay, you don't recollect it.
It's not that I don't recollect it. It did not happen.
It did.
And as
but you just don't remember.
You knew I was coming. You announced my initial, made it available.
No, I didn't know you were going to
I can come back. In fact, I can wait here. I will come back. I can wait here till tomorrow. Don't go anywhere.
Okay.
I will come back on Monday.
No problem. So this is my question.
Yes.
I would.
But if it is not true, if you found out it's not true.
Yes, I'll apologize to you. But
Segalink,
you had a Twitter space with Segalink. and you encouraged your supporters to support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But let me go to the question around...
That's not true, though, but go ahead.
Yeah, let me go to the question around your support or welcoming enthusiastically Malam Nasir El-Rufai to your party. You ran for election as the presidential candidate in 2023. Yes. One would imagine that you know perhaps what Malam Nasir El-Rufai will be coming to your party for. Do you feel threatened by that? Especially also Dr. Hamza Al-Mustafa had also expressed interest in running for presidency, and they're all coming to your party. You know what they're coming in for. Do you feel threatened, or is that the game plan? Is that part of the coalition you're willing to make in order to defeat APC in 2027?
Any coward who will feel threatened by someone coming to his party cannot be president. If I was president, if they didn't come to my party and I become the candidate of my party, I will still have to beat them in their own party to be president. If I'm president, are you saying El-Rufai will not serve my government? And I will say El-Rufai is... No?
So you think you can stand against him in an election?
Why will I not? That's not an issue. What is important, what SDP is trying to create is that we have a fair process. The people I ran against last time are not lesser than El-Rufai. So the national secretary of our party was 2 times a minister. El-Rufai is 1 time a minister. El-Rufai is a great talent. I respect him. And El-Rufai is more honorable in our interaction. He's told us what he wants to do. It's not our job to tell anyone. But what is clear is that we want them. In fact, the people who want to run, many of them are running around, come inside the party. The party's process will be fair. What we don't do in our party is that we don't bribe delegates. Okay. We don't preach the rule. If you win, we support you. If you lose, you support another person. That's our style. We have learned from the mistake of PDP and APC, and we are not going to allow our party to become a basket case. But everybody who say he lost Nigeria is welcome. We cannot be reading their motive. We cannot be suspecting them. We should believe that they are coming to contribute. Just like when I joined the party, I started contributing.
Okay. Mr. Adewale, time will tell. If you are bigger or better than the people coming to your party, it's not by coming to talk on Arise TV. It's by action that show you work. We will see.
Maybe I'm not saying I'm bigger and better.
Now. We will
I'm just good enough.
Maybe you will retain the presidential ticket. Me and you will be here of SDP.
That was endorsement.
I'm waiting to see. But the way you are braggadocious, you must retain it too. Because if you don't retain it...
Come on, join my party and assist me to retain it.
If you don't retain it...
but I'm doing my best.
People will laugh at you because you were saying you have been somebody is a one-time minister and everything. You must retain that presidential ticket too.
Those who were laughing at me a year ago are joining the party now. So I'm used to people laughing at me. That's not the issue.
No, we are not saying that. But you are saying you are capable, you are big enough. I have just given you a charge that you must retain that presidential ticket.
I'm encouraged by that.
Because if you don't retain it, people like me will come here and I will open my mouth.
As long as you are fair, you don't misrepresent me, give me fair access, I'm okay with you.
But I'm free to laugh.
Of course.
Mr. Deba, real
quick. Have a question. Yes.
I just want to also talk about, and I think and you need to speak up for somebody like before we came on air, that is currently going through a battle that is a formidable part of your party, and that's we're talking about the former minister. Can you just say 1 or 2 things?
Sure, ministers.
No, I mean, the former minister that is going through is a debacle with the government as regards that, and is the secretary of...
Dr. Oluwagunloye. Dr. Oluwagunloye, like every Nigerian subject to the law, is being tried in court for something that happened more than almost 2 decades ago when he was minister. We have looked at the matter in our party. We believe that he's innocent and it should go through this trial. It has nothing to do with what is happening to him in the party. We see him as an honest man, a good citizen. He was our national chairman before. He made a sacrifice to step down to become national secretary because I was going to emerge as a candidate from my part of the country. He stepped down, humbled himself. So nothing is untouchable. Nothing is going to touch him. He can only leave if he's tired. He's not going anywhere. And I'm talking now because we are in charge, we are in control, we are in command.
Okay, Mr. Adebayo, just before you go, some people have been sending me text messages saying that it's like you came onto this program today to come and harass Ayoma Royce. So, when people use the word harass, it has serious implications in this country. But I'm sure Ayo has additional ammunition. People have also been sending messages that she is right and you are wrong.
Let's see messages. Don't be.
Ayo.
Let us use native.
Release the ammunition.
Don't use native doctor method. Let us be facts.
Blueprint report. I can send you the links to this.
Don't send it.
And
Send
that's
to
why
the
I
public.
asked. That's fine. I can post it on my
I can
X
come
page.
back.
Where
No,
you
let
said,
us.
and at various times, have you at any time expressed support for the president after you ran for election?
No, you see, after I ran for election, I urge Nigerians, like I must do, that any government that is in power.
No, it wasn't any government that was in power.
Can you let me make my point?
Specifically said the administration and the government of President Bola Ahmed.
Read it to me.
It wasn't.
Three things. Let me tell you so that we don't waste time. One, when I was running against Tinubu, I ran against him effectively and I opposed him on every issue. When they said he won in the election, because we have signed a peace accord, I honored that peace accord and said, congratulations. Anybody wants to go to court, you can go to court. I look at the case, I don't see how I'm going to succeed in court, I left it, I'm a lawyer.
Did you ask your supporters to support him?
Never.
You did?
No, please, stop saying you did that we are children. Bring it out, read it, where I said it.
Okay, let me read it.
So that with the
I'll read the Daily Trust report now.
Daily Trust report.
Read it. I read it.
I'll put it on there.
Please, just listen, let him read.
By rights advocate Shegun
What date?
Said governance should start immediately after the winner of an election is announced. He expressed reservations, just like other Nigerians, about the conduct of the 2023 poll, but noted that it should not stop governance from going on. He said, and let me just skip very quickly to the part where he said that.
What date, please, so I can know?
It was in May 2023.
May?
Yes.
May what?
2023. So he says, you've considered defeat and advised Nigerians to support the president-elect Asiwaju Bola Tinubu so that the government does not fail. So you were very, so it was quite...
That's different from what you said.
No, but that was in terms of...
You said I asked before the election, I said I will do... You were here yesterday. You were saying on that day, you were doing on that day, you didn't correct. You said...
You called your supporters.
No, you were...
You the fact check.
No, it's not a fact check now. Don't be... You can't be... No. A fact checker. You will be doing some fact checking
on television.
Exactly. So on that day, you said before the election,
You know that's like
I asked my supporters to
You know that's like
after the election, I said, when some people were threatening this and that, I said, let the person who they say has won the election go and run his government. And I immediately also said that you will see his weaknesses and failure and we will defeat him. That's what I said. So I cannot say, because I lost an election, I'm a patriot. I cannot say I lost an election, go and fight the government, don't cooperate with the government. I cannot say so. But I fought the last.
But she said you specifically mentioned Tinubu.
Tinubu is the president. Let us not look like we're joking with this job.
Don't worry, it's
Tinubu was sworn in as president. If I say support Tinubu as president, cooperate with the government, it's my right. However, it's wrong for you to say, I asked my supporters to go and vote for him. Okay, so how will I ask them to vote for him?
Who were you addressing? Was it your support base or your just
I was addressing Nigerians that